Alright, what's going on everybody on YouTube? Griffin here, coming back to you guys with another live stream. Probably, maybe, the last live stream before I head back home for a few days for Thanksgiving with the family. First and foremost, if you're new to the channel, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button below. We'd love to have you here and joining our awesome community of like-minded individuals. All of our goal at the end of the day is to achieve financial freedom, be it stock market, real estate investing, any type of investing that has nothing to do with our JOBs, just over broke jobs at the end of the day. So we'd love to have you here. We're coming up on 440 subscribers pretty quick. So like I mentioned, I've mentioned this a couple times, if or when we get to 500 subscribers, if it happens before the end of the year, we have a little over a month till then. If we get there, I'm gonna pick somebody from the chat right around New Year's, Christmas time, New Year's, and I'm gonna personally send you books that I already have, and they're awesome books. One is just the Millionaire Booklet by Grant Cardone. You can get it for free either way off of his website. He makes you pay for shipping though. I'm not gonna make you all pay for shipping. It's a giveaway, but or you can get on Amazon for $9, whichever. And then also Crushing It by when it comes to money, how to get money, how to keep money, and how to make money multiply. That, along with the Millionaire Booklet, you'll start to just think differently. But like I said, we'd love to have you here, so definitely consider subscribing. Real quick before I get started, I just want to make sure that we're all good to go. Looks like we're all green. We got 2 of you already tuning in. And if you guys, of course, have any questions, ticker symbols, anything like that you want me to break down. It's been a couple days since I've gotten a really good look at charts since the Sunday Stock Watch, and there's been a lot going on, obviously, the last 2 days, and that's what we're getting ready to dive into. But if there's any ticker symbols at all you guys want me to break down, definitely shout it out there in the chat. And real quickly, because I know we have a lot of newer people tuning in lately, we've gained like 30 subscribers in the last 2 weeks or so. If any of you are new, this is your first time to the chat, shout out where you're from, and what your week. Yesterday, Apple was down, what, about $4, something like, I don't think it was even $4. It was pretty close though to $4. Dropped clear down to 185. So I mean, yeah, it was about $4, maybe more actually. Either way, it dropped about 3% or so yesterday, and then today it just continued to get hammered, as well as just the entire NASDAQ market in general, FANG specifically. I mean, Facebook, from what I heard, actually, Facebook was actually up slightly a little bit today, surprisingly, but it hit, I believe, was this like 2-year lows or something like that. If we go back and look, let's see, the last time Facebook was this low was back in very early 2017, so I mean almost 2 years ago, year and a half ago. And honestly, that would have probably been a good time to buy, is what I'm thinking personally. First thing this morning, you can see it hit the low pre-market and then it just shot up. In all honesty, I believe it's because everybody was waiting for it to drop below 130 before they started buying. If we zoom in here on the 1-minute chart, you can see, zoom in a little bit more, you can see it just on 126. Oh shit, man. Did we really get disconnected already? Looks like we're back though. Sorry about that, guys. Hopefully that's our one little glitch of the night. But like Facebook, for example, I wouldn't probably invest in it long term. To me, I probably wouldn't until it hits around $100. I don't think it's over when it comes to Facebook. Again, that's just me. But a stock like Apple, reputable company, is it time to buy? I would say so. We're near a pretty critical support right now, right between 170 and 180. We're at what, 177 right now. So I mean, could it come down and possibly hit 170 or even 169? Yeah, but I mean, you're talking $7 at the end of the day. I think Apple is setting up for a potential good long-term trade. Probably hold it for a couple months, because say you were to hop in, say tomorrow it opened up at like 173 or something, another $2-3 lower, and we got up to this, what's going to be a decent little resistance of 207, you're at 20%. If we go to that next resistance, 215, 24%, and then if we start to approach all-time highs again, you're talking 31% return. So at the end of the day, you just have to figure out which stocks you feel the most good about. Do your technical analysis, obviously, like me. Nothing about Facebook is attractive to me. I mean, it's broken every critical support from the last year. If we look at our 3-year, it's just now touching, like we mentioned, touching some pretty critical support on the 3-year chart. So I mean, it could easily come down a lot more. I mean, it could easily drop another, what, $15 before it hits a real. Let me see what else. Google. I actually haven't even been keeping up with Google lately because this one, those are just obviously pretty expensive. It was also up about 1/4%. Again, hovering around some pretty critical support on our 3-year chart. If we look at the 1-year as well, you'll probably see that's 180 day. That's good enough. We can just look at the 180 day. 180 day, we're around the critical support as well, right around $1,000 roughly, 985 to 1,025. We're pretty close to those support levels. So if you've been looking at a time to buy Google, might be a good time. But you guys know me personally, stocks this expensive, Google, Amazon, all those, I don't see the point really in quote unquote investing in them. I'd rather play them for like your options and whatnot. Speaking of options, if we obviously implied volatility has gone through the roof once again. If you remember, Apple I think had dropped down to like 50s or 60s just this last week. So this could be a good time to play again, some iron condors. Let's say we wanted to do this short-term 3-day trade iron condor. This just goes to show the power of implied volatility when it comes to how much money you can make doing iron condors, a vertical spread, bullish or bearish, no matter where you are on the spectrum. Just the premiums are always going to be higher whenever the implied volatility is as high as it is. So let's just take Apple for example. We know that we're pretty much at a pretty critical level right now. So let's say it got broke. I'd probably say 165 is the lowest it's going to go. And why am I thinking that? Because obviously it takes staircases up, elevator down. We're in a more kind of bearish mode, obviously, the last few weeks, over a month now. So I'm going to bet a little bit more bearish on my iron condor. So I would set it at 165. And then on the upside, I'd probably go up to like roughly 187. Again, this is just 3 days. Do you think Apple's really going to go up $10, $11, $12 from where it's currently at in 2 or 3 days? I personally don't. That's why, again, I would set this up like this, setting it up slightly more bearish. I mean, you could even, if you really wanted to, you can see the potential of it being in the money, even at 185, is just 8%. So I'd probably go ahead and do that. Our potential for profit is still at 83%, which is super high. I mean, if you wanted to kind of, I wouldn't say gamble necessarily, but if you wanted to get a little bit more, if you were a little more bearish on the tech stocks, think that there's still more pain to come, then by all means, 16% is still not a really heavy chance of being in the money. But you guys know I like the potential of in the money on the upside to be under 10% usually. But still, in this case, 76%. So this trade still falls within my criteria. So you can see your max profit is 41. Obviously, you're never going to get the exact price you want. So let's just say 40 off of 210. After commissions and fees, 35.46 off of a 200, and we'll just round up on each one. We'll just say 36 divided by 215. 17% roughly. We'll just call it 16% profit in 3 days. So if we just do the math, like always, keep breaking it down, you're talking 5.5, almost 6% per day. So again, implied volatility being up is awesome for options traders. That is why, like right now, I would say yes, now is the time to, if you're the quote-unquote investor that likes to actually buy stock, hold stock for a long period of time, yes, now is definitely a time to go in and just find stuff that's on sale that you like, find companies that you like. Obviously, right now we're talking more about just the technology sector, NASDAQ type companies, your obviously SQ, Square, Apple, Snapchats, your Facebooks, Googles, Amazons. I'm sure I'm missing some others. Even Tesla, if you think they qualify. Roku. I mean, there's deals all over the place. And I mean, even if you're somebody that necessarily may not have the time to do any of this, why you'd be watching the video, I don't know. But let's say you wanted to just play super safe, you could even hop over to a SPY or QQQ and definitely find some awesome deals right now. I mean, look at the QQ, look at the triple Qs. They're down around 159, 158 apparently in after hours. Say you got in at some point around 158, somewhere around 158, and obviously it's going to have some pretty strong resistances on the way up. But say it starts to approach the all-time highs, I mean, you're talking, what, 17-18% return on your money. Again, that's not my type of style, but I mean, for someone that's just planning on buying and holding for a long time, might be something that some of you all are interested in. Same thing with SPY. I trust SPY a little bit more than QQQ. It's S&P 500 essentially. Doesn't move quite as volatile as QQQ. You can see it was down about 2% today, where the triple Qs were down. It wasn't actually that bad today, but still about 2%. But you can tell, I mean, the drop has been a little bit steeper on the Qs. It's off, what would we say, about 18%? No, it's about 30% off of all-time highs right now, where SPY, on the other hand, off of all-time highs by roughly 10%. Was I looking at the wrong thing? Let me go back to the triple Qs real quick. SPY down about 10% right now from all-time highs, 10 to 12%. Triple Qs, let me make sure I'm looking at the right metric. Down 16%, not 30. I was looking at the change, not percent change. That's dollar change. So down about $22 on QQQ, or 28, I mean. And down overall from a percentage standpoint, like I said, about 16%. So still about, what, 6% lower than SPY. So SPY is definitely the safer bet of the two. And if you just look at the track record, it always comes back. So I think now is definitely, and now that I'm looking at it a little bit more, it looks like we're getting a pretty nice double bottom forming. So, I mean, I am leaning more towards, again, it's just the correction continuing. Find deals. It's a traders and stock pickers market at the end of the day. Looks like in after hours SPYs. Looks like tomorrow might be another red day. We'll see. But yeah, now that I'm seeing this double bottom forming, I think it's definitely going to be, yeah. I think by all means, it's just, I mean, doesn't it look pretty damn similar to what happened in February through, what, March, April? I mean, you saw we had this bottom here. Had a little double top action going, and then we came down, had our two bottoms, and then we came up. Hell, we even had a double bottom right here technically, but then we were bullish by this point, obviously, and then the rest is history after that. But I think it's pretty much the same. It's about the same damn setup that we seen back in February through April. It's just a volatile year. So if you're in those lame ass IRAs, 401ks, I feel sorry for you. But for those of us that are options traders, day traders, swing traders, whatever trader you are, this is the time that you're just licking your chops, because like we just talked about with this Apple position, we have a 76% chance on making, what was it, 17% on our money in 1 week, and not even a week, 3 days. I mean, I like those odds. So I mean, it's definitely a good time no matter which side you're on, either investor, long-term investor, swing trader, day trader, options trader, no matter what type of trading you do. I think now's an awesome time, personally. Let me make sure we're still doing all right on our chat. We're not on our chat. We got 4 of you tuning in. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, we'd love to have you here joining our awesome community of like-minded individuals. Definitely consider hitting that subscribe button below, and while you're at it, checking out our Discord group chat. That is one of the first links in the description box. Like I said, once we hit 500 subscribers, if we hit it before the end of the year, I'm going to give away Grant Cardone's book, a little booklet, Gary Vaynerchuk's crushing it, and I might even throw in there Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad for you guys. And like I said, I know we got a lot of newer people tuning in. Like I said, we've gained like 30 subscribers in the last couple weeks. So if this is your first time tuning in, shout out where you're from and what your goals are exactly when it comes to trading in the stock market, investing in the stock market, whatever you guys like to do. So XOP finally broke that $33 threshold, huh? This isn't necessarily the video or the stream for that, but I just want to talk about that because you guys know that I said once we broke $33, XOP could definitely continue down to around 30. I think we're looking at the 3-year chart on that. I said it could definitely start to free fall down to about $30. So interesting times. I heard oil dropped big time today, like 6-7%. Awesome for those gas prices. I saw all around Dallas now we're pretty much at like $1.99 or lower now, so that is awesome. I think I even saw one gas station for $1.89. That's another thing you can shout out in the comments. How expensive is gas where you live? I know where I'm heading this weekend back to my hometown. Gas is still around $2.09 or $2.29, something like that. So we're definitely going to fill up before we leave. But yeah, as for the energy sector, every sector really, not even just tech stocks. I mean, everything is getting just obliterated right now. So deals are all over the place. You can see energy sector down, financials down like usual. SPXL, that's pretty much like another energy one. Oil, unched, essentially natural gas is probably going to keep going up. Like I said, we've talked about that a little bit. But so many things are down right now. I mean, there's deals all over the place at the end of the day. The thing is what does Warren Buffett always, what has he always said? He said, be greedy when others are what? Fearful. And be fearful when others are what? Greedy. You can always tell when people are getting greedy based on just turn on CNBC or something from time to time. I mean, you can tell whenever the market's getting close to correction because they start, when you hear the word Goldilocks, it's time to cash out everything. When they start talking Goldilocks economy, this, that, and the other, you know a correction's in store. We heard them talking about that, I think, August, September. I heard it almost every time I turned on CNBC, and shortly after, we know what happened. How's it going there, Clint? 315. Damn. Man, you need to move out of there. I heard that gas prices are always high out west. I heard California, that hellhole, it's super expensive. Washington, I remember hearing it was a little expensive too. But damn, 315. Man, yours is almost double what I'm paying. But I don't really pay because I haven't even filled my car up in a month ever since I started driving this company vehicle. But let's see. Is there any stocks you guys want me to break down really quickly? Because other than that, I mean, that's all I really had for this quick little stream. I just wanted to pretty much kind of put a little reminder in everybody's head that when there's a bunch of fear, that's the time. We'll just pull up like Apple, I guess, just to reiterate everything. When everybody's fearful, that's usually the time to go all in. When everybody starts to get greedy, that's usually the time to cash out. We all know that, but for some reason, our psychology starts to mess with us. Our head starts to get messed with just because we hear all the negativity. Why do you think all the like motivational speakers and whatnot always say get negative people out of your life? In general, not obviously stock market related, but just in general, because you keep hearing negativity. What do you think you're going to start thinking? You're going to start thinking negative. Neighbor's dog's barking, and I don't need you barking. Shut up. Hey, no. Let me see here. Talk about Amazon. No, I haven't. I talked about Google for a little bit, just because, I mean, I like Google as a company. Wow. So Amazon's still getting smashed too. Getting close to some critical support. I think, let me zoom in right here. I would say it's, I don't know actually. It might come down a little bit further in all honesty. Because, I mean, I think the critical support is right around probably 1440. I mean, it's at 1495. So, I mean, it's kind of a toss-up right now. I think it's going to move a little lower in all honesty. I think it's going to retest. Looks like it tried to test 1420. I think it's going to try to retest that before it starts to go back up. Hey, she's not home. But yeah, I mean, overall, when it comes to the tech stocks, I do think there's a little bit more pain ahead in all honesty. That's why I'm kind of kicking myself. I got in just a little bit too early. If anything, I should have just covered the profits when I was up like 5% on Apple last week. But I was planning on holding it long term anyways till it went back up to like 220, 230. But yeah, I mean, I do think now that there is a little bit more pain ahead for Amazon, Google, Apple, Facebook for damn sure. Who else is there? FA. I lost track of the thing. Let's see, we got Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix. I forgot about Netflix. I don't see why Netflix was. I don't even know their damn ticker. Is that it? I don't even know why they're in it, in all honesty, but whatever. Netflix, let's see, round also, I think Netflix has a lot more pain to go in all honesty. I don't think Netflix is going to stop until around $200 personally. I mean, it might find a little bit of support right here, right around 250 to 260. But if it breaks 250, I mean, if it might try to dead cat bounce off 220, 225 right in here. But I mean, other than that, I mean, it could definitely start falling back down to $200. So I mean, overall, I do think that obviously the market always goes back up. I mean, I do think that this correction is going to be a little bit worse than February. I mean, it's been going on for, again, over a month now, almost 2 months. And I mean, we're still, from a total market standpoint, only down, again, 11% on S&P 500 roughly. Dow Jones just now went negative on the year. And I don't know how negative on the year S&P 500 is. I was just saying we're 11% off all-time highs. QQQ is the one getting hit the hardest. Obviously, tech sector is down 15-16%. So, I mean, that's still not bad. I mean, it isn't bad until 20%. Let's be honest about that. That, at that point, would be a really bad correction at that point. But, I mean, right now, it's just a steep correction. And I think here, probably by December, we'll probably start to pull out of it. But as for, like, actually investing in these tech stocks, for the most part, I would play it kind of safe. I'd wait for some sort of obvious confirmation before getting in. That's why, like I said, I'm kind of kicking myself that I bought some Apple in my emergency fund, because I thought that it had started to get its act together. Because when we look at the 1 day, or not even 1 day, just the 1 hour chart, I bought it when, like right here, if I recall, somewhere in here. I bought it on a Thursday, I thought. I said it'd be Friday, but yeah, it was like Thursday. I bought it again, like a 187.25, obviously up big, and then got rejected big time. And I knew there was going to be a strong resistance right around 193, 194. I just didn't think it was going to drop $20 after that. So, could have covered the profits and re-entered, but I'm trying not to really mess with that account too much. I plan on holding that for a pretty long time. So most are still bull. I mean, yeah, I don't think this is going to turn into some crash or anything. I think, if anything, this might be kind of good, because it might keep the Fed from, might, again, doesn't mean it will, it might cause the Fed to rethink the whole raising rates again in December. Who knows? I mean, if we're still in this mode by December and the Fed raises rates, it could get a little ugly. I mean, we'll see. I mean, no one's a fortune teller at the end of the day. If we were, we'd be trillionaires. But, I mean, overall, I'm still bullish. I mean, like I said, got a long way to go. I mean, Apple, even off of all-time highs, is down 24%. So, I mean, that is pretty bad. But, again, when we look at our major indices, DIA, which is like the Dow Jones, it's roughly 10% off all-time highs, correction territory. SPY also, like we mentioned, down roughly. I think I did that a little too high. down roughly 10-11% as well. Correction territory. QQQ, the one that's getting hit the hardest, is down also roughly 16%. So I mean, it's still not bad. I mean, it's not gonna get, now if this were to double, QQQ down 30%, Dow Jones down 20, S&P down 22, then yeah, that's starting to get, you're pretty much in all-out crash territory at that point. But right now, I think it's pretty damn similar to February in all honesty. Like I said, it's going to be a little worse probably before it gets better, but I think long term, like always, you look at, just always go back to those 20-year, 40-year, 50-year charts. The market always goes back up. Like I said, when people are fearful, be greedy. When people are greedy, get fearful. Or at least take some off the table. Not necessarily get fearful. But just real quick, I wanted to just peek at SQ just because that's one that I actually really like, that company. So it might drop down a little bit under 60 before getting its act together too. So I mean, yeah, like I said, I think overall there's still a little bit more pain left for this week, but overall I'm not worried necessarily. Obviously I'm not really in much. I'm in SiriusXM, Apple, Roku, Kraft Heinz. Thought there was an SPSM just as a BS thing. It was, obviously it's just gotten smashed pretty much ever since I bought it, right around $30. But again, I plan on holding all I mean, that's my emergency fund. I don't even plan on doing anything with it for a very long time, unless if obviously an emergency comes up. So, and I'm sitting in some cash in there too, of course. So let's see, Spotify's down big too. So yeah, I mean, if there's not any other ticker symbols or anything like that you guys want me to break down, then I guess I'll go ahead and start wrapping the stream up, as we got 4 of you tuning in. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, I know it's like the third time I said this, but like, if you're new to the channel right now or after this video uploads and whatnot here in a little bit, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button below. Like I said, if we get to 500 subscribers before the end of the year, I'm going to give away, pull them out one last time, Grant Cardone's Millionaire Booklet, as well as Crushing It by Gary Vaynerchuk. And I'm probably, just because it'll be Christmas time, I'm feeling givey, I will also throw in Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad for you guys as well. And you're not going to have to like pay for shipping or any of that. It's a present from me to somebody that I will pick from the chat when that day comes. So we'd love to have you here. And like I said, while you're at it, definitely check out our Discord group chat. We got about 40 members in there. It's awesome to chat it up with a bunch of like-minded individuals. If you want to be successful in any area, you need to network with a bunch of like-minded people and just learn, bounce ideas off one another. That's what that's all about at the end of the day. But if that's it, like I said, I guess I'll go ahead and start wrapping it up. We got 5 of you tuning in. Hopefully everybody did enjoy the stream. If you did, definitely make sure to smash that like button. I greatly appreciate that. And if you're just tuning into the stream, definitely feel free to rewind it back and watch everything. You don't want to miss out for sure. Or wait until it uploads, obviously, and you can always watch it. Thanks for all you do. Oh, no problem. Thanks. Thanks for the kind words. I am Solar. That's what's up. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. I'm just here because I like networking with a bunch of like-minded individuals, and if it weren't for you guys, I wouldn't even have a reason to do this. So definitely, like I said, whoever isn't in Discord yet by now, definitely join our Discord group chat. We would love to network with you guys, and it's the easiest way to reach me. I'm usually in there at least once, twice, sometimes 3 to 5 times a day, and obviously once I can actually go all in on this stuff, I'll be in there all the time, voice chat, all that good stuff. So that is fun stuff for sure. But until next time, guys, keep on going out there, making those profits, covering your profits, and achieving some financial freedom this year. And I might be able to do a stream tomorrow because I'm going to get off work around 1 or 2 o'clock, somewhere around there. So it'll be a not late morning, early afternoon type of stream if I can do that, because my girlfriend's still not going to get off till like 5 or 6. So I'll have probably an hour or so with packing and whatnot to maybe hop on here and do a quick stream. But if you don't get to catch that stream, then I will see you guys Sunday or Monday, and hopefully you guys have a happy Thanksgiving. But until next time, guys, take it easy and have a good night.